a good one.
Isn't that incredible? Ah.
Yep. Did it again.
Yeah, she told me about this piece at the opening. It's this piece that she wanted to do, and so exciting. Actually seeing it live and fantastic. She's amazing. Let's put it up. When I see something as fresh as Shawna's work, I just know that it's going to do well. Woohoo!
I kind of liked the idea of these being brothers or friends, sort of getting in over their heads. And suddenly they have bunnies everywhere, and let's just put them all in the bathroom, and you know, Mom will figure out what to do later. I'm Shawna Gilmore. I'm a visual artist. I paint in acrylics, and I live in Duluth, Minnesota. I have these like storylines going on in my head. Those are the paintings I love the most, that I can get lost in it and go into all different directions. The painting is going to be called They Were Always Losing Michael. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with the people in it once I have Michael's dad looking for him and Michael's mom, you know, upset, and then him swinging across the background like, what's the big deal? I think humor is undervalued in art. Because I love being weird and silly and funny and playful and all those things. And obviously having kids helps with that. They really love the funny ones. Or they'll come in and be like, that's not funny, Mom. So they're my critics too. I guess I would call it contemporary surrealism, maybe. With a vintage feel.
The kind of retro quality within the work is also kind of comforting and time-honored for people. I think it takes them back to their childhood and, you know, harkens all types of memories.
I like that you can look at them and you don't see right away, like, wait a minute, their hand. Oh, it takes a while for you to like get it. I think that's interesting.
This is called Chameleon, which is actually the title of the series.
It's rooted in this desire to connect, not just connect to my environment, but sometimes disappear into it. The show has turned from this like desire to sort of blend into your environment or connect to it to this whole other thing of like, how are we relating to our surroundings and how much a part of our surroundings are part of us.
The surreal-like element where her figures come in and out of different settings, that creates a really interesting narrative that I think people are really tapping into and wanting to see more of and take into their own environments.
And also it's just kind of cool that their clothes are gone and they're like in the wall. I just like that idea. Oftentimes I'll do these ones that don't really fit. They're almost like misfit paintings. And then like down the line I see that they were the beginning of something else. When you're taking something seriously as your occupation, you have to force yourself out of your comfort zone and practice and get better at stuff and experiment and learn from people. It was a stretch for me at first, you know, just like putting myself out there all the time and I submitted to a bunch of different things, and my art wasn't really at a point where I should have been doing that, but I was glad I was doing it because it was challenging me to mature as a person. To be comfortable with failure, I think that's a really big deal. Learning how to take risks is like being comfortable with it not being perfect. You know what? It feels riskier to not do it for me. The risky parts, like financially risky, I mean, I guess it is financially risky. I've never been somebody who like focuses on money, although it's really nice. When it works out, it's really great, but it's not something I focus on because it just isn't motivating for me. I'm much more motivated by a full and satisfying life.